Hi, Em.
Hi, hi everyone. A little bit different today. Um, so I've just been thrown in this one, but it's something that we possibly need to talk about, and it is part of the raw and real. Um, and I know Kel's feeling that right now. Um, and she's even said, but I'm not done up. And it's okay. This is what we are.
Yeah.
This is what it's about. Um,
Yeah.
so do you want to fill us in a little bit of what's happened this morning?
I will do my best. Once I'm out of it, I've kind of let go of it. So now it comes more through the filter of the mind, which this morning has been all about. This has been in the cards for weeks now, and this is the bow wave of the Venus activation getting ready to move into Virgo. It coincides with the moon activation getting ready to move into Virgo. Um, and this is how it's manifested for me this morning. And the breakthroughs, perhaps, that it's brought for me. So you might need a coffee.
I haven't even got that. I've got nothing. This was
Yeah,
this was
it's all just happened, right?
that's
It's
right.
all just so this morning I told Matthew he's just come off night shift just that he can get his own breakfast this morning. And then all of a sudden, I've gone into this mode of resentment, defensiveness, definitely not alignment with my essence, right? But it is something that I manifest a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm better than I was, but it still manifests. So there's still stuff there, right?
yeah.
Anyway, if I get off track, you're going to have to pull me
Pull you back
back.
on. Yeah,
Um, so I'm kind of then having this meltdown and started crying, getting upset and more in it and immersed in it and resentful, and it kept generating. And I know enough and have enough awareness to go, oh, hang on a minute,
yeah,
hang on a minute. What's actually happening here? Yes, that's what's happening at the surface level. That's the storyline that my brain's grabbed onto, applying a meaning to the moment. Um, so I was aware enough to kind of separate. I watched that, I could folding, but I had the clear mindedness to just wait for, I guess, a different, more resonant storyline to present because that's the most accurate description, right?
yeah.
It's still a meaning that's applied. And so that came, I guess. I can't remember. I'll have to go back to my notes, I think, um, to I don't even have the words. I don't even have the words. Um, yeah, so I was having that awareness of the duality, right? Two
Yeah.
storylines running parallel. I knew that they were storylines. I had that full awareness. And then I had this experience in the moment, uh, experience of recognition and awareness that everything that's outside of me is actually a reflection of the inside of me. And I've had this experience before. I was fully aware of what was coming in with that. Um, and even then, Matthew standing in front of me talking to me and asked me what he said in that moment because I was more um, in that curious phase of, okay, so what is it that you're reflecting of me? What is that within me that's creating what I see? So it was just a matter of questioning. Thank you. And it's going to be persistent probably. So then I just moved into the questioning, and then it's kind of in and out, like moments where I'm just bawling, and other times when I'm actually able to articulate to Matthew what's actually the experience is, which in itself is something new because I've never been able to share it in the moment like that. And then the storylines that I became aware of on the surface level storyline projected all the way back into my childhood. And almost instantaneously is the awareness that I guess, of the awareness was actually of the core foundational storyline narrative, I would say, more than a storyline, but a narrative of an alternate reality that I created as a small child that carried the shoulds and shouldn'ts, the rules and regulations of what feeling loved is, what feeling cared about is, what those roles really specifically entail. Like the amount of detail in this, and the way it almost presents is like a script, and then the notes of the specific characteristics, mannerisms that would accompany that particular character or that
Yeah.
particular scene. So that was a bit of a moment, because then it's like, hang on a minute, none of this is real
Yeah.
because it's been built on something that I created as a child to escape trauma. So I've created this reality. It's probably very much based on the Cinderella story. But this reality where there is ultimately good, but unfortunately the lived kind of experience has layered over on top of that as well, because the assumption is, well, the reality created alternate is good. The real,
Yeah.
or this the storyline itself, is there is no good, no, everyone's out to get you, kind of. Everything is like a burden that you have to bear in silence, and that's that kind of narrative. So they've interplayed
Yeah.
in the very moment of the realization. There was this like image of kind of a lengthways dissection, or whatever it's called, of the spine, so you can see all the nerves and everything running through it, but it's also bound by a tape or cord or something. And all of a sudden there's this cracking open, and it's a shell, but not a shell as we might perceive of it. It was like a hard plastic almost, and the cracking open was such a precision cuts on that shell. So that was kind of like the visual that came with this surge
Yeah.
of energy coming through today. So that's the way my mind my mind mostly has dealt with it. My body, physiologically, I just realised, you know what, that's all come from the mind.
Mhm. Correct.
It's
So it's our physical release of what is going on, right? And with what you've seen in all of that, right? It is coming across very much so as both storylines intertwining and releasing of that, because neither
Yeah,
one is accurate, right?
yeah, yeah.
Um,
So you kind of reminded me to tie this back into that, to what the activation, what energies are actually coming through at the moment. So this is Venus in activation to move into Virgo. Yes, it's already been working its way, but there's this an activation, a release, right? Through the cards, the storyline has been, or the messaging, the storyline has been that Venus in Virgo releases distorted feminine frequencies. Mars going into Scorpio on the 22nd, so that activation is going to be coming in a couple of days. But that Mars in Scorpio is releasing the distorted masculines. But then within that activation as well is the feminine and masculine coming into inner union,
yeah,
right? So there's storylines everywhere. But energetically, this is just the activation, the bow wave. So this is how it manifests through me. This is why there's ebbs and flows in public
yeah.
output, I guess, because I'm busy doing other stuff.
And this is the thing, right? Like, this is the stuff that we normally go through and don't put out there. Where I guess we're moving to is we will be presenting that more, right? This Rora, we struggle. We we don't understand in those
Yeah,
moments. And there is many moments that will ring either one and then it's done and we move on, right? But capturing this as it is, and I know we've still had to rehash it, it's not quite in the moment for you, but it's being able to still release that, and there is still those residues, right? Sitting there, and this is why we're sitting here talking about it. So,
yeah. Well, this is stuff that I thought that I had finished and done. Dad
yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
I thought that was really finished and done. But then it turns out, well, actually, no, you've created this whole narrative that has it embedded and ingrained in it.
yeah,
But the that happened with this, and there was a moment afterwards with a white hawk. I'd gone outside like to discharge, and I saw this. My eyesight's not great, but there was something in the sky just kind of hovering, and I was like, "Oh, what's that?" And I watched it for quite a few minutes, and it gave the vibration of just the enjoyment of hovering, like
yeah,
maintaining that ability to have moments of just pure stillness where it was just fully supported. Ties in, right? Fully
yeah,
supported by the universe, fully loved, fully cared for, and it was just enjoying the moment of being. It was there for quite a few moments, and I was still trying to work out. Like by then, I'd worked out it was a bird, but what kind of bird was it? And it was just the most beautiful thing. And it come over just as I was about to come back inside, it come back over and right in front of me, just hovered. It was just such a beautiful moment to cap off that whole experience of the activation.
yeah, yeah. So be kind.
Yeah.
Be kind to yourself, right?
Oh, yeah. I really learned that in that moment too, where everything outside is a reflection of me. So if I'm perceiving at all, even in the awareness of that it's a storyline, if I'm perceiving that there is some kind of disrespect or lack of love or whatever coming back at me, then where am I not loving myself? Where am I not looking after myself?
Yeah,
And where am I not prioritizing
you.
me? If out there's not prioritizing me, so where am I not prioritizing me? Because if I was prioritizing me, that's what I would be seeing.
Yeah.
I've had enough personal experiences. I've got enough evidence of my own experience that that is true. And yet I still have to walk through these big,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
And fortunately we will.
But it's fun.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have said it was fun an hour ago, but it's definitely fun. Like to go through that experience consciously aware of the expansiveness
Yeah.
and um, being it's almost like being honored by being shown what's unfolding. And I am still aware that this also is a storyline. So, but it's a storyline that brings happiness for me.
Yeah.
It's not harming anyone else. It's not impacting on anyone else in a negative manner. So it just is.
How are you feeling now?
Yeah, no, pretty good. Pretty good. I I can't say it was fully unexpected. The cards have been talking about this for weeks. My eye blew up. That's a good sign that something is happening, and I've been seeing spiders. So that's definitely a good sign that there's going to be some kind of mind explosion happening.
Good.
Yeah. How are you feeling on getting caught up in the moment?
Um, depends it depends on the moment and what's happening. So I don't know. We take it as it comes. Really do. Like, and I guess while you're going through that, I'm going through this whole bow wave of cleaning. Everything in the warpath is so, you know, it's
Yeah, that's Venus and Virgo for you. Yeah,
I
yeah,
guess it's
very, very
just
practical as well.
yeah, so it's just however, but
Hmm. So I'm also curious to know how it's impacting the collective. So if you are watching this and any of it's resonating, even if it's not resonating, just let us know in the comments, so we can also work on embedding some healing codes for everyone else. All right, I think we're good now.
yeah, good. No, that's all good. We'll talk to you
All
later,
right,
hey.
I'll let this cut out. Okay, bye for now.
Bye.
Love you.